What's up, y'all? It's your boy Roscoe P. Welcome to another one of my tales from overseas. If you like this content, please hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel. I got more content coming out. It's been a little bit of a minute between contents, and I understand and I apologize for that. I'm going to do a little bit better when it comes to putting out more content. I was very busy at the time. Now I'm a lot more freer, so I'll be able to put out way more content. This tale comes to you from China. All right. I was fortunate enough to be in Japan in 2008, and I was actually more fortunate to get tickets for the Olympics and go to the Olympics. So as I flew to Beijing, I'm enjoying myself. And if you've never been to an Olympics, please understand this. The Olympics is an event where it's just multicultural all around. It's one of those events where you meet people and form lifelong friendships. You you get to see other cultures that you might not have been able to see. You get to experience other things that you wouldn't have been able to see. You get to do things you wouldn't have been able to do had you had not go to the Olympics. I highly recommend for anybody that if you are able to get tickets and fly to a different location for the Olympics, please do so. It's an experience you will never forget. One of the things that I appreciate about the experience is you have people who host the Olympics, countries that host the Olympics. And the best part about it is, as they're hosting these Olympic Games, they want to show off their culture. They want to show off their people. They want to show off their country. And so you get a version of that country and those people and that culture that is nice and understanding for everybody. Right? They tend to be more friendly with directions, and they tend to be more friendly and understanding to tourists because there's just so many of them. And that's the one event in the world where you get to see the entire world. Everybody from every country goes there. They're represented, and it's a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic event. I highly recommend it. As I was there, like I said before, I played basketball in Japan, and I'm about 6'4". So as I'm in China, I'm walking around, and when you are black in another country, when you're Black American, I should say, in another country, you stand out a bit. You stand out because of a couple reasons. You stand out, one, because of people admire Americans and they admire American culture, especially African American culture, Black Americans, they do. Hip hop is big. The way we dress is different. And so what people do is they get their ideas from TV, and that's what they associate until you tell them differently or tell them otherwise or tell them there's something different about it. And then they're even more engaged. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. So as I'm walking around, it's also apparent that I'm taller than everybody too, so I stick out like a sore thumb. I was taller than a lot of people. A lot of people in China wanted to see the athletes, and athletes are big people. Most of the time, athletes in terms of basketball and some other sports are pretty big. So when you tend to see someone that isn't from that country during the Olympics that's pretty big, you tend to think that they're part of that group. So as I was there, a lot of times I'd come out of my hotel room, even though I wasn't even staying at the same hotel as the Olympic basketball team or any other sport. People would mob me. Oh, basketball, basketball, basketball. And I just had to get to a point where I was like, no, I'm not on the team. I'm not on the team. And people are shoving autographs in your face, and you're sitting there like, but you don't want to be rude, so you just start signing stuff, right? Like, all right, sure, okay. I sign my own name, and it's like, they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Because you don't want to be rude, but I didn't have the capacity in Chinese to tell them, or in Mandarin or Cantonese to tell them that I wasn't basketball player. I'd be like, no basketball, no basketball. And they'd be like, basketball, basketball. So that added to my Olympic experience. So just to understand, when you go to China, the food is different. The people are different. You're not going to go there and get beef and broccoli. You're not going to go there and get like chicken and broccoli. You're not getting the egg rolls. Like, it's a whole different cuisine. And it's quite good, to be honest with you. Very, very good. I would recommend that also. Whenever anybody travels, try the food, the local food at the place, right? There are McDonald's everywhere. You can always eat that. And even that tastes different when you go to different countries. But some of the things that I can give you advice about are go to global events, big concerts that a lot of people are going to. Go to another country, have your passport ready. A lot of these things that I'm telling you in my Tales from Overseas, I mean, are just experiences that I've had, and they're the craziest experiences that that people talk about, right? Through my friend circle, I tell them experiences. They're like, "What?" That kind of motivated me to make this channel, because a lot of times when I'm telling them stories about things that have happened to me overseas, they're like, "Yo, you need to tell other people about that. That's crazy. Like, that's nuts, you know?" So as I'm letting you guys know this information, I'm throwing in little tidbits that add on to my adventures. But go to a global adventure. It's fantastic. Make sure that you are open-minded and understand and appreciate the culture. Nobody likes an ugly American. You know, nobody likes a person that goes to that culture and demands things, or goes to that country and demands things. You guys wouldn't feel good if someone came in your house and just started demanding things like, "This is what you got to do for me." So yeah, that's one of my Roscoe P. Tales from Overseas. China was fantastic. 2008 Olympics, fantastic. Basketball was fantastic. Everything for that experience was fantastic. So I highly recommend it. Global events are fantastic. Please, if you guys have an opportunity, just go and make your own tales, you know, from overseas. All right, this is your boy Roscoe P. signing off.